Hey guys, it's Tracey from Nova Scotia Living, and it's been a busy day so far, and I'm going to can up the rest of those tomatoes I meant to do the other day. I did a video on raw packing whole tomatoes with no extra water. Today I'm doing, it's kind of the same recipe, only I'm adding water. So I thought, well, I'm gonna do it anyways. I might as well bring you guys along if you want to see. So I've spent, it's just after lunch now, I spent the better part of a morning cutting and decoring. I didn't deskin these tomatoes. I don't care about the skin because I just do my tomato sauce and everything with the skin and seeds. It doesn't matter to me. The books will mainly say to, you know, take the skins off if you want to. I don't bother. It's a lot of work. I've done it before, but I don't bother. Anyways, I got my jars ready. Just a minute, babe. Talking to my friends. Check your jars. Make sure the lids aren't cracked or there's no cracks in the jars at all or anything like that. These jars have been washed on the highest setting in my dishwasher. We're going to do these in the pressure canner. You can water bath these, but it takes longer. So I'm going to do it in the pressure canner because my kids, most of my kids are at school and they'll be home in a little while. So if I can blast through these faster, I'm going to, you know, do the shortcut. Mr. Mace is here with me. And yeah, we're gonna do this. So right now, I'm going to cold pack these. You can hot pack these. That means to cook the tomatoes a little bit. I'm not doing that. I'm doing it right, you know, right from raw. So we need to add an acidifier to this. So you can either add citric acid or lemon juice. I'm adding lemon juice. So for each quart jar, I'm adding 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. And then you can add some salt if you want to. I'm not going to bother with salt because I add salt when I'm cooking, so it doesn't really matter. So I'll bring you back when all these jars are filled with 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Alright guys, I've been busy. I had to wait for some water to boil because we're going to add boiling hot water to this. I just need to get a scoop. And I have another pot over there on top of the stove to go in, because I know I'll need it. And I'm going to need a heck of a lot more jars. I haven't even touched that second big water bath canner full of tomatoes. Woo! But, and I'm going to need some more lemon juice, for heaven's sakes. But when my kids get home, I'll be able to run down to the store. So I've got 2 babies here at home, and I don't want to pack them up again. I've been in and out of this house several times today. I'm sick and tired of leaving the house, but... can you see that steam and hot water? There is steam rising over this. I would not want to put my face above that. So what I'm going to do is add boiling hot water to this. You're not supposed to add cold water to this or anything. It says to add boiling water. And that's what I'm doing. Just to the bottom of the funnel, just a little bit above the bottom of the funnel, or that bottom lip. I'm just going to do a couple here and start loading up those canners. I've never actually done this before, guys. I'm following the recipe in the Bernardin canning book, this book. And it's the same books that I used when I did the no water added, the Amish canning cookbook of how to pressure can this. So let me just do one more and then I'll move forward. So this is I've noticed my canning videos are getting longer and longer, and I apologize, guys. Myself, I don't mind watching long videos, but not everybody likes long videos. So I just thought to keep it simple, this one will be the KISS method. So I have a wooden spoon here. You always have to debubble. And by debubbling, you stick it down the side of the jar, as best you can, and go all around the jar. And it moves the product around, whatever you're canning, so it releases any air pockets that might be in the jar. This jar is getting hot again because of that hot water. There we go. Next, we need to wipe the rim. Now you can use hot water for this. I could use that water that we're filling it with. But I like to use vinegar just because, out of habit, And my mom used to always use vinegar, so that's what I use. But you can use just hot water too. It's perfectly okay. Oh, my glasses are steaming up. You just want to make sure that there's nothing stuck on those lids, because it'll prevent the lid that I'm getting here from sealing properly. So this is a magnetic tool I use to pick up the lids, and putting them in scalded water loosens up that red ring around there, and it just helps it seal. Grab a ring, and we're going to put this on fingertip tight, guys. You don't wrench it on. There's a time and a place for the muscle man, but or muscle woman, but this isn't it. So now I'm going to, oh, my jar lifter, because that jar is hot now. That's beautiful. We're going to go put this over in the pressure canner, and I'll bring you back when it's fully loaded. Alright guys, I got to do this quick because I got a bum to change. So I got the canner loaded. There's still oodles of jars over there I need to can up, but this is the first go. Sorry guys, my battery died, of course. Yeah, I got Mr. Mays here. He's waiting patiently, as much as a 2-year-old can. I just want to show you quickly. This is the gasket. It's just a rubber ring. And the pressure, yes, you do got a diaper. You go out there, Mommy, be right there, babe. I use a Miro canner. I have 2 Miro canners, and I've used them many times. I have no issues with them at all. I love it. But anyways, whenever you're pressure canning, check your pressure canner. Make sure it's washed after every time you use it. Check your gasket. I make sure I rinse it with hot water or wash it if need be, and hang it to dry after every use. So it just goes in. Are you guys zoomed in? Maybe that's why. Oh no. It just goes under the lip. That's for my pressure canner. Make sure you read your direction manual, instruction manual. And also I wanted to mention I put a glug of white vinegar in each one of these pressure canners. It'll just prevent a filmy residue, white residue, forming on your jars. So I always have to struggle with this. There. This locks into place on both ends, so it's locked there good and tight. This is the vent hole. I just blow in it to make sure it's clear. There is a little red dot right there. When there's pressure in this can, that little red dot will poke up. And when that's poked up, you cannot open your pressure canner. You're asking for a bad accident. So right now I have the burner on high. We're going to wait till this comes up to a steady stream of steam. And when that happens, I'll bring you back. Alright guys, the pressure canner closest to us is coming out full steam. You can see the difference between the front and the back pressure canner. So now we're just going to set the timer for 10 minutes because we need to let this pot do this steaming thing for the minimum of 10 minutes. And you can see now how that red poker is poked up. So there's lots of pressure in this canner. So I'll bring you back in 10 minutes. Alright, the buzzer just went off. So now what we're going to do is put the weight on. And I use a 10-pound weight. And I blow in it too. Just to make sure it's not plugged up or anything like that. So we're so good. So we're going to put the weight on. And then, let me find an oven mitt. I'm kind of not scared, but I've been burned before, and you know, shame on me. I'm not going to do it again. Where is my stinking oven mitt? Well, I'll just use this. That steam is super hot, guys. I'm scared of being burned because it does hurt like heck. There. All right. So we gotta wait till this starts doing its fancy dance and start wiggling and jiggling. And when it does that, I'll bring you back. Okay, it's dancing for me. So now what we do, I'm gonna turn the heat down from high down between. Hopefully you can hear me, guys. That's loud. I'm gonna turn it down. between a 6 and a 7, a little closer to 6. Oh, for heaven's sakes, they're both going at the same time. I gotta turn the other one down too. This is my little trick. It's probably not the safest, but I use a thing to reach in behind to turn it down because I don't want to get my arm burned. There. Alright, so we process these jars for 10 minutes and then we shut the burners off, and that's it. Now if we were to water bath these, it's perfectly safe to water bath these, but for a quart, let me see here, it would take anywhere between 45 minutes to 60 minutes, depending on where you live. So yeah, 10 minutes, that beats water bathing in my book. So I'll bring you back in 10 minutes. Alright guys, that's it. 10 minutes is up. So now what I'm going to do is shut the burners off. And now it's just the waiting game. I got to use my handy dandy thing. And we let this cool down naturally. We don't try to cool it down fast. We don't take those weights off. We don't open the canner. You gotta wait till that stops jiggling and the little red poker has gone down, and then it's safe to open the canner. There's still steam in there though, you gotta be careful. So this will take, anywhere between 20 minutes to a half hour or so, but that still beats the 45 minutes to 60 minutes if you water bath, in my opinion. So yeah, when this is done and cooled down and ready to open, I'll bring you back so you can see what it looks like. I'm kind of excited. I want to see it too. While that's cooling down, I just wanted to show you guys, please ignore the mess in my sink, but I filled this big stock pot full of boiling water. It was hot water from the tap, and then I heated up a bunch of water in my microwave just because my stovetop was busy. And these were jars that I had filled with the boiling water and the lemon juice, but my pressure canners were full, so I wanted to keep them warm. I want them to stay as hot as possible, so I got hot water and I just set them in hot water. So when those cool down, they should still be warm enough that I can just pop them in the pressure canner when I refill it and wipe it out and stuff like that. Alright, the back pressure canner cooled down faster. So we're going to open that up now. So it's safe to open. It's still very hot though, very hot. I'm going to be very careful. So I turn it or twist it a little bit to unlock it, and be very careful when you open the lid. Open it away from you. See all that steam coming out? I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but those jars are in there just a bubbling. So, and usually I bring these over on a bath towel on my kitchen table, but I still have tons to do over there, and I still have supper to make and kids coming home, so I put a towel right there on my counter. So, let's take a gander. They're still just a bubbling, and it's going to show a whole bunch of water at the bottom, but that's just the water that we put in there. I'll have to take a good picture, but they will kind of float down after and disperse evenly throughout the jar. So I'll get this canner unloaded. Let's see here. So we can do this all over again, or I will anyways. I won't make you guys watch it all over again. I'm doing these all in quart jars, guys, because I have a ton of quart jars, and I have a big family, I should say. And so whenever I make meals, I make big meals. It's not very often I cook for 1 or 2 people. On the average, I cook for about 9 people, sometimes 10 or 11. Depends on who's home. But so instead of opening a whole bunch of little jars, I can open a couple of big jars. So there it is. But just like the tomatoes that I packed without water, they were all up at the top at the beginning, when I first took it out of the canner, but then after it cooled down a bit, it slumped down, so it dispersed throughout the jar. So I think that's probably what this is going to do, but only time will tell. So I'll bring you back after supper when I have all these tomatoes done so we can take a good look at it all. Hey guys, I'm on my last batch of tomatoes and I just opened the first one that cooled down. It's 8:30 at night. But one of my jars popped open. I don't know why, but there must have been, the whole ring is gone. I know I didn't put it in there like that. There's no way I would have put it in there like that. I'll have to take it out and investigate. Yes, that's the strangest thing. I've had a jar break on me a couple of times before, but the jar is still intact, and the ring and the lid is still in there. Maybe I didn't put it on tight enough, but jeepers, that's peculiar. Alright guys, that's all of them. I'm just missing that one stinking jar. And it would all be uniform, but alright. So, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, and 39. More than I thought. Yeah, I didn't count right the first time. So, 39 jars. You can't have too many tomatoes, I don't think. But these are the ones I did earlier today. And you see how they've kind of come down, filled in the water a little bit? Whereas the ones I just took out of the water, out of the canner, the water's all down at the bottom. I was just stuffed a little more. Maybe I should have stuffed them a little bit more. I just didn't want to squish the tomatoes up too much, but maybe I'll do that next time to, you know, fit more in the jars. But they've all sealed, at least, well, the ones I just took out, like I really just took them out now. There's still a few more left to pop, but all the other ones all pop, so I'll wait till tomorrow and see if they all pop, you know, seal. I think they will. I think they will, but I'm going to sign off for now. My pain is in the red zone, and I don't think it's the red from the tomatoes, so I'm going to medicate and relax the rest of the night. And, yeah. I promise, guys, this will be the last canning tomato video for a little while, because I'm sick and tired of canning tomatoes. If I ever get more tomatoes, which I think I will, I'm going to break out my dehydrators. So, yeah. Peace, love, and happiness, and thanks for joining me today on this canning adventure. And this little fail, but it's not a big deal. Alright guys, have a good night. See you tomorrow. Bye.